Welcome back to the Penn News Hour, coming to you today from the belly of the beast, Minneapolis, Minnesota, the studios of Free People Radio. David Penn, your host, glad to be with you, trying to keep you up to date to all the news that matters on this Friday, April 4th. I want to remind you, please, Free People Radio is here for the people. We depend upon your support. Please 25% of you are going to need tires this spring. Go to tireget.com. That's tireget.com. It's everything you need in tires. The price is right. You'll get a square Republican deal, and we'll mount and balance these tires anywhere in the United States, right by where you live. You can buy your tires from Target. You got to buy your tires from someone, but when you buy them at Target, you're supporting the movement. And please, for t-shirts and all your knickknacks, if you like Free People Radio, go to the Free People Radio store. We're asking for your support so we can expand our reach and our broadcast scope. Now, why do we do this? Well, we're trying to break even on the growth of the channel, but we're doing it not to get rich, but to get the word out because we're living in World War III. That's correct, World War III. President Trump is trying to get us out, and the Europeans are trying to suck us in. Yes, the European strategy is make the miss big enough, make the problem insoluble, create a world war, and the United States is going to have to bail us out. And they have every reason to believe that because we bailed them out in 1917 and again in 1942. So, in their mind, they got us, we the people, under their control. But President Trump has a different idea. He does not see the European as such a close friend and ally. He sees the Europeans as vampires. You know, they have the largest market in the world, 450 million people. They have fortunes in vaults that go back to the colonial period, and they're getting us to spend our money and sacrifice our sons while they stay home and play poor boy, keeping their trillions or quadrillions in vaults, and we don't even know what they got. Hey, those people ran the colonial enterprise, the people that are behind the European Union. Yeah, they're still there. The kings and queens of Europe, those families, those fortunes, they're still there. And President Trump is not so enamored with those people because, you know, they have avarice and greed in their hearts. These are the people that attacked Russia in 1805, attacked again in 1812, attacked yet again in 1853, occupied the country in 1917, and then attacked again in 1942. Yes, every time an attack on Russia, in Russia. President Trump looks at that from afar. He says, wait a second, there's two sides to this story. There's two sides to it. Let's listen to a clip.
It was a short time ago on Air Force One, President Trump saying he believes Russian leader Vladimir Putin wants to reach a deal to stop the war in Ukraine. He also said he believes the Ukrainian president is there too, wants a deal soon. The administration is making another push to end the conflict right now. The president's special envoy is talking with Russian negotiator Kirill Dmitriev, who joins us now live on set. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Brad.
How do you characterize the talks right now and how they're going?
I think President Trump administration has made tremendous progress. There was no dialogue with Russia in Biden administration for the last 3 years. There was no trying to understand Russian position. There was no really solutions that could have been successful. And what President Trump team has done, they understood what the solution space may be, and they achieved the first de-escalation ever in the conflict, which is stopping hits on energy infrastructure between Russia and Ukraine. So we are having good discussions. Our diplomatic people are also discussing possible outcomes, but there is no question that President Trump team not only stopped World War III from happening, but also had already achieved sizable progress on Ukraine resolution.
After that resolution, though, of the energy infrastructure, there were attacks by the Russians on the Ukrainians' energy infrastructure.
But so there were, unfortunately, attacks by Ukrainian on lots of Russian infrastructure, which are not too much reported in the press, and that, of course, has to stop. And I think energy infrastructure ceasefire has to hold.
That is the Russian negotiator, a man who speaks very good English. We heard what he had to say, the praise he had for President Trump, and the most important one-liner, perhaps in world history, President Trump prevented World War III. Did we all hear that? That's from the Russian street corner. President Trump prevented World War III. Do you think he's going to get nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize? I doubt it. I'm going to say it yet a third time. According to this Russian negotiator who's leading the ceasefire and peace talks for the Russian government, representing Vladimir Putin, he said to Brett Baer on Fox News that President Trump prevented World War III. That's all I have to hear. And for that, I'm going to give President Trump all my support because I remember what President Biden and Vice President Harris were all about, and that was driving the world into a nuclear war. President Trump wants a better shake for we the people. We are in a period of perestroika, of restructuring. There's going to be problems. There's going to be challenges as yet unforeseen. But we, the people, have a seat at the table. We don't have to go down. We could rise up at this moment and restore the Republic of the United States of America.